Life is full of joy and pain, sometimes at the same time. We often think of life in opposites, good or bad, joy or pain, light or dark. We tell ourselves that if something hurts, it must cancel out what's good, that if we're grieving, we're not allowed to feel grateful, that if we're struggling, joy must be on pause. But life doesn't work that way. Life is full of joy and pain, sometimes at the very same time. And learning to hold both is one of the most honest forms of growth there is. The myth that we have to choose one feeling. Somewhere along the way, we learned that emotions should be tidy, that we should focus on the positive, that pain means something is wrong, that joy must wait until everything is resolved. So when joy shows up during a painful season, we question it. When pain appears during a happy moment, we feel guilty. But emotions don't operate in single lanes. They overlap. They coexist. They tell a more complete truth together than they ever could apart. You don't have to edit your experience to make it acceptable. Joy doesn't disappear because pain exists. Pain does not erase joy. It doesn't invalidate it. It doesn't cheapen it. It doesn't mean you're not healed enough. Joy can live in the same breath as heartbreak, in the same season as loss, in the same moment as uncertainty. Sometimes joy is quieter in those moments, more tender, more fleeting, but it's still real. And allowing yourself to feel joy while hurting isn't betrayal. It's resilience. Pain doesn't mean you're failing at life. When pain shows up, many of us immediately ask, what did I do wrong? We assume pain is proof that we missed something, that we made the wrong choice, that we're behind. But pain is not a moral failing. Pain is part of loving deeply, of caring fully, of being awake to your life. A heart that feels pain is a heart that has been open. And openness is not weakness, it's courage. Holding both is a skill we learn over time. Learning to hold joy and pain at the same time doesn't happen overnight. At first, we swing between extremes. We either numb ourselves to survive or cling to positivity to avoid the weight of what hurts. But eventually, with self-trust and honesty, we learn balance. We learn that it's okay to laugh and cry on the same day, that gratitude doesn't cancel grief, that healing isn't the absence of pain. It's the ability to live alongside it without losing yourself. That's emotional maturity. Presence is where both can exist. Joy and pain coexist most clearly when we are present, not rushing to fix, not trying to escape, but demanding clarity before it arrives. just being here. Presence allows us to notice the warmth of the moment, even when our heart is heavy. It lets us experience connection, beauty, and meaning without needing it to be perfect first. You don't have to resolve everything to feel something good. This is what a full life looks like. A full life isn't one that avoids pain. It's one that allows all of it. It's joy with depth, pain with purpose, love with risk, hope with honesty. Trying to live without pain often shrinks our lives, but allowing both joy and pain expands them. It makes us more compassionate, more grounded, more human. You don't have to rush through what you're feeling. If you're in a season where joy and pain are showing up together, let yourself experience both without judgment. You don't need to explain it. You don't need to justify it. You don't need to choose. You are allowed to hold complexity. And in that complexity, you are not broken. You are alive. Slay reflection. Let's reflect, Slayer. S. Where in your life are joy and pain showing up at the same time right now? L. Which emotion do you tend to judge or suppress? A. How can you allow both feelings without trying to fix or rush them? Why? What might change if you trusted that holding both is part of fully living? Call to action. Join the conversation. I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever experienced joy and pain at the same time? And what did that season teach you? Share your story in the comments. Let's cheer each other on. And if you know someone struggling to make sense of mixed emotions, send this to them. Sometimes all we need is a nudge. I'm Carrie Genzel, and this has been an audio reading from one of my blogs on stateofslay.com. Slay on.